Welcome to the Film Junket Podcast.
What's funny is like Willem Dafoe he was in a lot of shit last year, wasn't he? I'm just like, because anytime I play, I always play my little opening theme song for the podcast, just so it kind of feels like I'm actually doing a show here. But yeah, so I got iTunes open and showing all the movies and everything. What can I finally watch Parasite? Shit, because that wasn't available on Google. Maybe it's available now. I don't know. But I was just like, Willem Dafoe was, of course, in The Lighthouse, and then he was in Brooklyn. What is it? Motherless Brooklyn. That's right. There's a movie called Jexy, too. Yeah, that's right. That was with Adam Devine, where his... it's his AI on his phone. I guess they're trying to be like Alexa, falls in love with him. And, yeah, that movie went nowhere. That was a movie that... should have probably been like a 12-minute sketch on Funny or Die, maybe. But it's just funny. What's happening, guys? Dave the Film Junkie here. Yay! I'm actually recording this on a Wednesday, man. I've been doing good this week. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I'm proud of myself. Well, yeah, I'm proud of myself because, well, I'm just like I guess you could say another resolution or another goal of mine was to value my time. Because sometimes, man, you just get unmotivated and just lousy with whatever, this, that, and this. I don't know. You know what's actually helped that motivation is when I talked to you guys about resolutions last week and how one of my resolutions was to make my thumbnails on my videos better, to make them look better, to make them pop a little bit more. Even like my short videos, don't just have a shot from the video where I'm like recording the screen of something. Actually take the time and put some effort into making thumbnails. And for some reason, that's just, I don't know. It just adds to it. It doesn't feel cheap anymore. I don't feel like I'm just doing a cheapo video. Somebody should have had that as a video store. God, I miss video stores. Man, I do. I mean, I'm literally looking at a digital video store right now because my iTunes is still open. It's just, it's mind-boggling, guys, because... it's where we are. I mean, I did it last week. Last Saturday, I finally watched The Joker in the comfort of my own home, and I bought the damn thing, But I bought it digitally because, when it comes to physical copies, I'm just like, one of these days, maybe I'm going to probably do that and just like go buck wild and get a bunch of physical copies and have like a whole shelf full of Blu-rays or whatever. But as of right now, I don't have a shelf. So all the DVDs and any Blu-rays I have are like in boxes in my closet. So, I mean, I have a ton. There's like 4 boxes worth of DVDs in there. So I was doing that, but then it's just, I don't know. It's just, I'm all about the technology of convenience. And I know, it's all going to be, I think once I get to a point where I can really splurge on an entertainment system, that's when I'm going to do it. See, right now, I'm just basic. I got TV, and I got a whatchamacallit. What's the Google fucking, Google Chrome, Chromecast. There you go. That's all I have. So I just stream everything. So I just bought the damn thing, and watched it, and of course it was fantastic. And, yeah. So I just miss, like, going to, man, I tell you what. 2020, and we were starting off the decade with a bang because, I mean, look at what's going on. First off, you got idiot politicians trying to do something, and who knows what the fuck they're doing. It's sad and annoying. I mean, there was the debates last night, and you got Bernie and Elizabeth Warren, Grandma and Grandpa up there arguing with each other. Her angle is trying to call him a misogynist. Which is funny because he's actually was recorded, I think, in like the late 80s, saying that he he could totally see a woman president. But she is now, I guess, saying that, behind closed doors, like 2 years ago, he said that it wouldn't be. So she's trying to use that against him. And of course, in this day and age, it's very easy to do that because it's hashtag believe all women, because women don't lie, they don't cheat, they don't manipulate, they don't do anything like that. They're just angels. Yeah, every single one of them. Sure. Just believe them. Doesn't matter. No matter what it is. Okay? Guys, if your wife, drinks your last beer and she says she didn't, believe her. I swear, where we're at right now, it's crazy. It's dumb. No, it's all about due process. It's all about everything like that because everybody lies. We're all human. We all are liars. We all can lie. We all can manipulate. We all can abuse power. It's okay. I guess you could say men have done it on a more global scale. Yes! But that doesn't mean that. It's just crazy. That's the tactic that's being used. And they're like some of the front runners, and then you got Biden who can't remember, who's just he's like your grandpa that just starts talking and then you don't know what the fuck he's talking about. This is what you got to go against Trump? Okay, all right, 4 more years of Trump for sure. What happened to Tulsi Gabbard? Andrew Yang? What happened to those? What happened to them? I know why, because they don't want them, okay? It's so weird. The left is weird because they will push the whole, diversity, this, that, and this. And then, what's her name? Kamala Harris drops out because she's batshit crazy and a fucking just not authentic at all. You could just see right through the bullshit of her. And of course, her excuse was, well, the reason why I had to drop out is because they're not ready for a woman of color president. So you're basically calling everybody on the left racist and sexist. Gotcha. Good job. Because nobody on the right was going to vote for you. So you're just basically calling out people on the left. I thought you guys were supposed to call people on the right. I can't keep up. You guys shut the fuck up. Please. And then you got people on the right that play victim to a lot of that stuff too that I see. And I'm just like, good God, it's just a shit show sometimes. It's just such a shit show. So tired of it. And then, I was just thinking about this today because, of course, everybody, the climate change gets brought up and everything. Of course, Australia, of course, they made it seem like the whole fucking island was burning. There was a graphic that was showing it was basically the entire, where brush fires were. It wasn't a live look of what it looked like. It was just where there's been brush fires. And it made it seem like the whole fucking island's burning. And of course, they would naturally blame climate change. I mean, this is after the fact of 24 arsonists that actually started the fucking thing. It wasn't like the climate was hot and it just ignites fire. The climate doesn't do that. But of course, then the argument is, well, it's so dry and hot that it spread. Okay, I feel you on that. Okay, fine. But can we mention both? Can we do both? Is it okay to do both? Okay? Righties and lefties, is it okay to do both? Is it okay to recycle and put solar panels on your house, but then not think that everything is attached to climate change and we're all gonna fucking die in a decade? Is that okay? Because when these people indoctrinate their children, the children are fucking falling in depression. And then they're constantly being fed it because they have a goddamn computer strapped to their ass all 24/7. It's seeing all this news and being on social media, and you got these politicians, these grown-ups, telling them, you're all gonna die. You're all gonna die. You're not even gonna live past 25. It's fucking sad, because I still remember when I was in high school, and you had Al Gore talking about, the end of times. That was a terrible Al Gore impression. With his I forgot what his movies were. He had one, in the late 90s, early 2000s, talking about shit that was going to happen in the next 10 years. Guess what happened? Nothing! I mean, stuff's happening, but he was making it sound like cities were going to be underwater. We're going to be fucked. And then he tried to do a follow-up movie. What happened? Movie bombed. Movie fucking bombed. Because nobody wanted to believe his bullshit anymore. And he doesn't practice what he preaches. He has like fucking 6 houses that uses so much goddamn energy. They're all fucking hypocrites. That's why I loved it when like Joaquin Phoenix and Ricky Gervais just kind of called these fucking hypocrite people out, man. Yeah, I'm starting off on a rant here, guys. I'm sorry, but you know, it's just fucking annoying. Constantly seeing this shit. It's just constant. We need to address climate change. We have! That's why our cars are better. That's why everything is better. Look at the graphs. The United States has done significantly better when it comes to pollution. I remember when I first moved to California in 1994. When I'd play outside, my lungs would hurt. You could barely see the fucking mountains. Now, it's a lot clearer. If I'm outside, I'm not going to have like my lungs hurting. It's not nearly as bad. We've improved. And then every time they say address, there's no solutions. And I've said this before. There's been solutions that I've heard. Funnily enough, I've heard from right-wing politicians saying like, oh yeah, well, you know, there's these towers, these big fans that we could put up on buildings that actually suck in the CO2 out of the air. Just sucks it out completely. And guess what? That could help. Did you ever hear anything about it? No. They'd probably be against it. They'd find some way that it's like, oh, it's bad for, it's gonna ruin the fly population. The fly population right there, it's gonna make them extinct. They're gonna do something like that. There's always something. Okay, and I was watching the Joe Rogan podcast. This one young dude, I forgot what he's doing, but he's doing something to try to clear up the plastic in the ocean. And he even mentioned that there are groups that try to prevent him from doing that. Left-wing groups. It doesn't make sense. What the fuck kind of shit show are we in? Sorry, guys. Just wanted to, I don't know. I just got set off by just seeing certain stuff. But anyways, and I do want to apologize for something, guys. Yesterday, but I mean, it really couldn't be helped. Because, you know, yesterday was a crazy evening last night. Because all of a sudden, I get my mentions blow up with Ezra Miller was on the fucking episode of The Flash CW Crisis on Infinite Earths. What the fuck? And I went, what? What are you talking about? And then all of a sudden images and videos. And whoa! And I just started talking about it, started tweeting it, and went, holy shit. This was at like 5:30, 6 o'clock my time. And I didn't think, I'm like, there are people that are being spoiled. Even people like in my mentions and people... So, oh, spoiler, damn it. It would have been nice if I was surprised by this. And I'm one for not trying to spoil things with shows. I always hate it when, specifically when, say Titans. Like when Titans would be on. People would watch it at like midnight and then start instantly talking about it Friday morning. It's like, hey, can you wait till the weekend? You know? So I'm not knowing what the fuck's happening here. So I apologize to anybody out there for like just doing that. But I mean, it was big. It was too big to contain. It was all over the place. Sadly, if you're going to watch a show that's going to be on like on a Tuesday night, Wednesday night, whatever the fuck, you know, just don't be on Twitter. I mean, that's on you to this point because it's going to be crazy, especially if you live on the West Coast. Just stay away. Because, I mean, that was too huge. I mean, it really did kick a door open. I mean, if you watch my recent videos about the Aquaman animated miniseries that's going to be coming to HBO Max, and then the Green Lantern series that's really going to span over a timeline and have two major origin stories. You're going to have Sinestro, probably his origin, just all kinds of stuff. I mean, they were really brewing something up for DC fans. I mean, obviously, you guys know I'm a DC fan, more of a DC fan. I was like, grew up on it. You know, that's always been me, is DC. I do enjoy Marvel. I'm not going to lie. You know, I do enjoy most of the movies. But when it comes to DC content, it's like they're trying to just find, like, what do we do? I mean, sadly, they had something that was just going to be something that wasn't going to, I don't know. I mean, it almost seems like they're regretting probably what they did with Snyder. I'm hoping that's the case. I know there's people out there that are like, no, they better fucking apologize to him and to us. I'm like, first off, if they apologize to him, it's going to be behind closed doors. They're not going to do an open apology. Get over your fucking self, you narcissist. I swear there's some just people that are just full of them. They better apologize to me. They owe me They owe me for all the tickets I bought to Justice League. I'm like, why'd you buy more than one? Because, because, you're biased and you were loving the fact and you thought it was a legit, like, oh, they only changed a little bit. Yeah, you were like everybody else. Shut the fuck up. Man, I don't know how many times I've talked to people like that claim, like, oh, I knew. I'm like, no, you didn't. You didn't know. You were just like us, trying to look at the bright side. I mean, look at my fucking first reaction. But you could tell that I was like hesitant, at least. I don't know. It's just so many people. Nobody's gonna apologize to you. Nobody owes you shit. Like I said, I've said it many times. They owe him. They owe Snyder for what they did to him. Okay? All we did was pay for a fucking movie and didn't get the movie that we thought we were. That happens a lot. How many movies do you go to and thinking, oh, this is gonna be great, and it's a shit sandwich? Okay? That doesn't mean the studio owes you anything. Get over yourself. You fucking asshole. Jesus. I hate it when I see that shit. And I've said it before, and I got people pissed. I remember one time I said that on Twitter. Man, I got some of those guys pissed. It's like, no. Stop. Get the fuck over yourself. This is not about you. This is about Snyder. Not about you. God damn. Sometimes some people can't afford. I'm like, well, then they shouldn't go to the movies. Okay? And I love it when that whole thing. Sometimes can't be. Okay, well, there's ways around it. Work it out. Budget yourself. It's not that hard. Okay? I mean, my God, I sound like I'm a single dude. Luckily, that's why I can just like but you still got to worry about money. I still got to budget myself. I don't have like a job that's I'm not making six figures. My YouTube it's like an extra some extra money a month. Yeah, it's still not getting. It's very difficult to get to that point. I see it rise, but it's so slow. It's such a slow rise. It's crazy. But you gotta budget yourself, man. You think I'm going to Starbucks every day for a fucking coffee? And there are people that want to do that. And I'm like, no. I fucking, you know what? I like ordered this. I got on this coffee. It's called Amore. I think it's Amore. It's Italian. I don't know. I got it sent to me free sample, and then I just like bought some, and like I bought some, and it's lasted me forever because I have a Keurig and I have one of those cups that you can just pour the shit in, and that's what I do. That's my coffee, and there's like different flavors. It's delicious. There you go. And when you like work it out, I'm paying like, if anything, I was paying like 10 cents per fucking cup, if anything. By the way, I'm drinking Pinot Noir this week. Like I said last week, not doing the liquor drinking during the week. Keeping it in a glass or two of wine a night, if that. Actually on Sunday I didn't drink anything. I didn't have a drink. I was like, I don't think tomorrow I probably. Last night I only had one glass. See guys. Anybody who's worried that I'm like abusing alcohol, don't worry. I'm not. I mean, I like to drink. I'm a drinker for sure. But don't think it's like getting in the way of anything. It's not. It really isn't. Like I don't wake up like hungover all the time. I don't. I mean, when it's Friday, I don't care. Friday, let's do this. To have the vodka stream, and even Saturday if I'm not doing anything, I'm just watching movies, sipping. Maybe smoking something. So that helps. And I couldn't do that for a while because I was waiting for that damn job. Anyways, guys. But I apologize for the Flash thing, but I mean, it was huge. It was huge. The fact that happened, there's my neighbor that likes to talk on the phone very loudly, like as if he, doesn't have anybody around him. I swear to God, it's weird. Anyways, yeah, the Flash thing was huge because it really just like opened up some doors. And anybody who thinks that it hurt the Snyder Cut, no, it didn't. I know those fucking, the diehard assholes out there that want to shit on everything that's not Snyder. They're just Snyder fans. They're not fans of like anything else. I mean, yeah, they're going to, of course, spin it to where, oh, that's bullshit and this. I'm like, no. I mean, Bleeding Cool wrote an article. They're like, oh, yeah, he showed up. What's next? The Snyder Cut? And, you read articles about all that. It was spread around everywhere. And there's mention of the Snyder Cut. It just kind of put the Snyder Cut back into the mainstream again. It's very much mainstream, but it's just like, whoa, look at that. Crazy. And then the big factor was the fact of the matter is like Ezra Miller, he is going to stay as Flash. There's no way that they're getting rid of him now. No way. There's no way. Apparently Warner Brothers was all down for it. I've heard a couple different things. I've heard, Warner Brothers reached out to him, and then I heard that Ezra reached out to them and they agreed. I've heard both. It's weird. But anyways, yeah. So it didn't hurt anything. It actually helped things. Don't listen to any of those guys. Like I said, they're all about themselves. And I know they'll say that about me, but I'm like, hey, no, we'll all do this. Let's all just hold hands and let's all look at everything as good. And like I said, they're a small group. And most of them, I always see them getting dragged through the mud on Twitter. That's why I don't even engage anymore, really. Sometimes I will, but not like big time like I used to. I'll just see them getting dragged by so many people. Like, so many people all the time. Where the fact where they were like putting their Twitter handles in private. That just shows you right there. And I know that they wanted to get something on any one of us, whether it be me, Colbert, Garza, whatever. They're trying to get stuff on us, but we don't act like assholes. We act like assholes in kind of a way. I don't know. But not enough to get us suspended or anything from Twitter. These guys get suspended all the time because they literally will just go around and just harass people. It's weird, but they think that they're in the right. I don't understand the logic of it, especially when I see them getting dragged all the time, and where they have to put their tweets in fucking private. That should be like a wake-up call, but it's not. It never is, because it all just leads to narcissism. It's all about narcissism. Yeah. And everybody wants a conspiracy against them. That's the thing. When I kept seeing that, like, oh man, Twitter's after fucking, they're after Snyder fans. Like, no, they're not. They're after people who are posting copyrighted content that got leaked out, you dumbasses. That's why people are getting fucking suspended. Don't post copyright stuff. That's what's going on. But they were like trying to spin it because everybody wants to have a conspiracy. You even see that in politics. Oh, there's a conspiracy on me, man. And I'm like, you're not fucking Alex Jones. Shut up. I'll tell you, they're out there. Pizzagate. Anyways, hey, let's go over the Academy Award noms, huh? Because those came out, and I'm going to talk about this. Let's take the rest of the time out here. Let's start from let me scroll down to the bottom here. Okay, let's start off with the bottom. They're not going to have a host again, which I guess that worked the first time. Who the fuck cares? Ricky Gervais killed it 100%. But here we go. Best original screenplay. And once I see, what I always do every year, guys, is I will watch every movie that's pretty much nominated. I'll try to watch it all. So then I can I'll do like a video or maybe just a podcast where I give off my picks for the certain a category. And then I'll pick the one that I think is going to win. So like right here, we got our original screenplay nominees. Got Knives Out, Rian Johnson, well deserved. Marriage Story, Noah Baumbach. I still have not watched it. 1917, Sam Mendes and Christy Wilson Carnes. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, of course, Quentin Tarantino, and then Parasite, Bong Joon-ho, Han Jin-hwan. I still have to see that movie. I still have not seen it, but I'm going to for sure. Of course, like Once Upon a Time, like right there. Knives Out's good too. I gotta watch Marriage Story. I did not want to watch that movie, but I'm gonna have to. Adapted screenplay, got The Irishman, Jojo Rabbit, Taika Waititi. We got Joker, of course. Todd Phillips got Silver. Little Women, Greta Gerwig. And then The Two Popes, which I haven't seen. I haven't seen Jojo Rabbit, Little Women, that's it. And The Two Popes. I haven't seen those yet, so. Then, of course, visual effects, Endgame, Irishman. Why is Irishman in there? I know they had it. I get it. They had to do long periods of time with the de-aging stuff. I don't know. Lion King, of course, 1917. Yeah. To make some of that, yeah. And then, of course, Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker. Achievement in sound mixing, Ad Astra, which should have got nominated for a lot more. Ford v Ferrari, which, totally. Joker, 1917, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, that's an interesting one. Sound mixing, huh? You think like Star Wars would be in there too, because then you got sound editing. Ford v Ferrari, Joker, 1970, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I guess. Yeah, Tarantino does take appreciation with sound effects. Short film, don't really know any of those. Animated short, don't really know any of those. Production design, Irishman, Jojo Rabbit. Yeah, there's just like, they're always like the same like 5 fucking movies you're going to see all over and over again. Okay, best picture of the year, right here. Okay, so we got Ford v Ferrari, which I loved, was in my top 10 of last year. The Irishman, same thing. Jojo Rabbit, have yet to see it, but I've heard good things. I know a lot of people just hate Taka because, well, I mean, I was not a fan of Thor Ragnarok either, but, but still, I'm not going to just because of one MCU movie. I just love, this is what I love about fandom, because he's an MCU director, and he directed one of the ones that just, that's cringy. So therefore, I must hate everything he does. I'm like, no, he directed probably the best episode of The Mandalorian, sorry. And there you go. Joker, of course. Best picture, Little Women. God damn it, I'm going to have to watch that. I'm a misogynist, guys. I don't want to watch Little Women. Fucking, yeah. Los Angeles Times told me. LA Post, whatever. NY Post. Marriage Story, so I got to watch it. 1917, of course, I watched it, loved it. Once Upon a Time, of course, loved it. Seen it now twice. I need to watch it again. Parasite, which I'm really looking forward to seeing. So, in the Best Picture category, I still got to watch Parasite, Marriage Story, Little Women, and Jojo Rabbit. Crazy. Achievement in written original score, Joker. I mean, Joker's going to win. Little Women, Marriage Story, 1917. And hey, John Williams for Rise of Skywalker. Why not? And you got makeup and hair. Who cares about blah? International. It's funny because Parasite also got nominated for International, too. That's how good it is, apparently. Film editing, Ford v Ferrari. I can see that. Irishman, Jojo Rabbit, Joker, Parasite. Documentary, nah. Okay, then we got the directors. I was really worried that Todd Phillips wasn't going to get nominated, but he did. Martin Scorsese, of course, Sam Mendes, Quentin Tarantino, and then Bong Joon-ho. No women! What the fuck? Jesus Christ. God. You know what? You know what they need to do? Just fucking separate it now. Separate it. Now that there are more women directors out there, just separate it like you do the fucking actors and actresses. Just have best directing male director and then female director. Just do it. Just do it. Why? But then, of course, they won't because this is like that one. It's so stupid. But they should because there's more women directors out there. Just do it. Just separate it. Are you assuming gender? Yes. Gender is fluid. No, it's not. But okay. Now just do it. It would help because there's many female directors out there. But the thing is, like, they didn't direct these movies. Irishman was like that's cinema. That's a 3.5 hour fucking story that is interesting and very well done. Joker, same thing. 1917. Holy shit. Once Upon a Time. Jesus. Parasite. Still haven't seen it yet. So pretty much in the best directing I haven't seen is Parasite. That's good. Costume design, blah. Oh yeah, cinematography. The only time that The Lighthouse got fucking nominated. Ugh. When Lisa got nominated for cinematography. And you know what's crazy about that? How The Lighthouse got nominated for cinematography? The aspect ratio is what, 4:3 or whatever the fuck? I forgot what the actual ratios are, and it's in black and white. Yet the cinematography still looked beautiful. Fucking beautiful. Irishman, Joker, 1917, Once Upon a Time. Hey, I've seen all 3 of these, all of these movies. But The Lighthouse is the only thing. Okay, fucking shit, man. How the fuck did Willem Dafoe or neither Willem Dafoe or Robert Pattinson didn't get nominated for this fucking movie? I don't understand it. Let me get to that because I've got to read who's like the best actors and see like who is actually better, for fuck's sake. Animated feature, Toy Story 4 is the only Pixar. That's weird. Missing Link will probably win. Klaus, I Lost My Body. I don't even know what that one is. How to Train Your Dragon. It's weird how Frozen 2 didn't get nominated. Okay, performance by an actress in a supporting role. Kathy Bates, Richard Jewell. So haven't seen it, gonna see it. Laura Dern, Marriage Story, still gotta see it. Scarlett Johansson, Jojo Rabbit. And then Florence Pugh, which I love her. God, she's adorable. Little Women, and then, of course, Margot Robbie. Look at that. Good old Margot Robbie. And then in the leading role, ScarJo twice. And a lot of people are pissed off about that, but I'm like, come on. She's Disney's golden goose. A lot of people are pissed about it, but yeah, she got nominated for Marriage Story. Cynthia Erivo for Harriet. Dang, I guess I gotta see that one. That one fell under the radar, but because I heard it wasn't that good. I'm kind of wondering, like, are they just kind of throwing that in there? Okay. I can never say her name. Saoirse Ronan for Little Women. Charlize Theron, Bombshell. And then Renee Zellweger for Judy. Okay. So performance by an actor in a supporting role. Now, it's really weird because if you watch The Lighthouse, Pattinson could be the supporting role or Dafoe could be the supporting role. I like to say that Dafoe is the supporting role. Okay? So we got Tom Hanks in A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, which doesn't make any fucking sense because he's playing the person that the movie's about. What the fuck is that? That doesn't even. When I saw that didn't even make sense. I still gotta watch it, but I guess the lead is actually the guy that's following him around. But it just seems a little weird that the movie is about Mr. Rogers and he plays Mr. Rogers and it's a supporting role. What the fuck? Anyways, Anthony Hopkins, The Two Popes, still haven't seen it yet. Al Pacino, Joe Pesci for The Irishman, double. And then Brad Pitt is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I'm sorry to say, even though I love Brad Pitt and everything, and even the other two, I mean, Willem Dafoe blew at least the one. I don't know. I haven't seen Tom Hanks and Anthony Hopkins performances, but Willem Dafoe blows the other three out of the fucking water, man. Jesus Christ. I mean, I just retweeted, apart from the movie where, spoiler alert, there's a part where, Willem Dafoe's character is kind of getting buried, or he's getting dirt thrown on him, and he's giving off this monologue. One shot, a one-take monologue that's getting dirt just like fucking thrown on his face. Eyes, mouth. And he's still fucking spitting out. I mean, I don't know, man. Irks me. And then performance from a lead actor, Antonio Banderas. Hey, we got some Mexican blood in there, huh? Still haven't seen it. Pain and Glory. I have to check it out. Leo DiCaprio, of course, for Once Upon a Time. Adam Driver, Marriage Story. Joaquin Phoenix. I mean, come on. Do we not think he's not going to fucking get this? And then Jonathan Pryce, The Two Popes. And like I said, man, I mean, Phoenix, of course, is number one, but Pattinson, or even if they flip-flop in Dafoe, I mean, they just gave such a good fucking, I don't know. Like I said, I haven't seen Pryce or Banderas or Driver, so I don't know. It's interesting. So there you go, guys. That's pretty much it right there. Yeah, it just irks me, and I'm like, how did they But then again, they tend to overlook movies like that, I guess, because I mean it's like a horror thriller, but I don't know. Everybody's going, oh my God, J-Lo was snubbed. It's because she's Mexican. And then you got Antonio Banderas, bitches. Shut up. Stop trying to play the race card. I'm sorry, but I mean, when people are saying Lupita, that she got snubbed for us, yeah, she much better performance than J-Lo. I'm not saying J-Lo's performance was bad in Hustlers, okay? I'm not. But it wasn't a stretch, okay? And that's where even like, I would even say that about Brad Pitt, but there's just something that's so fucking likable about Brad Pitt. He's not acting totally like himself. His character, shit, I'm totally drawing a blank on his fucking name right now, in the movie. God damn. Shit, totally drawing a blank. But, it's not that much stretch, but there's just something about, I don't know, it's fucking weird. It's just fucking weird. But when it comes to J-Lo, I mean, there wasn't anything, I mean, yeah, she looked good in a G-string. I mean, her opening little pole dance, yeah, it's very nice. That's not, okay, that's just pole dancing. Yeah, your body's banging at 50 years old. I'll give you that, okay? But everything else, you were just acting like yourself. I'm not saying it was a terrible performance. Of course not. And then Constance Wu, fuck that bitch. Didn't she go off because of her show that she's on got renewed for another season, and she was like, she didn't want to do it? Fuck her. I don't give a fuck that she was snubbed. She's very unappreciative. Fuck her, man. Yeah. She was all Yeah, and then she tried to like play it off as if she was not. Yeah, fuck off. Fuck. She wasn't even that great either. Her bangs were bothering the shit out of me. No, but that movie could have been better, and I don't know. It just. I'm sorry when it comes to I mean, like I said, I haven't seen all the nominees in Best Actress or Supporting Actress. But I'm surely thinking that they did a much better job than J Lo. Okay, not saying not saying that she did a bad job. It just wasn't. It just to me didn't seem like it was Oscar worthy. I mean, there's literally a montage where she does the same fucking thing, like a 10-minute montage. I mean, there's that movie could have been a lot better. But there's so many times where they just didn't. They just went off on like it was like a fucking just strip joint music video. And there's many times where I thought that was really good, and then many times I'm like, what the fuck? And now I'm watching. There's a scene in there where Usher is just like, it's basically an Usher music video in this fucking thing. Ah, man, I want a good one tonight. Maybe it's the Pinot Noir. What else I want to talk about? Well, starting my new job in about a week and a half. Not this coming Monday, but the following Monday. So that's something to look forward to, and hopefully things go well there, and everything is all fine and dandy. Yeah, that's gonna be. It's a little scary, but at the same time, I'm like, I just want to get out of this place I'm at. It's really gotten bad. It's just weird how. I mean, you got to have good management, and they could have had good management if they would just. I mean, if they would just listen to like us. It'd be good, but sometimes businesses don't like to listen to their employees. They're just too busy looking at numbers, and that's the sad part about it. Is like numbers. I'm like, yeah, well, your numbers improve if you just take like a little bit of a risk and take a little bit of a hit at first, and then the numbers will improve. Okay, everybody wants instant gratification. Instant gratification. That's the way everybody is nowadays, right? Everybody wants instant fucking gratification. Everybody does. Everybody does. That's what social media is. Instant gratification. That's why when you post something and you're like, you know what? That was a good fucking tweet. I think that tweet, oh man, that shit's going to go viral. And you're like, oh, look at that. I find myself doing it too. I'm like, hey, look at that. Yeah, fucking cool. But then I find myself going, who the fuck cares? Nah, who the fucking cares? And I think I'd rather get the gratification from you guys. When you guys hit me up and say, hey man, I love your videos, love your content, been watching for a while. That's the gratification I like. Okay, I'm trying to get off the whole like, I gotta like. Somebody hit the heart. No. We gotta stop that. But I think that's what a lot of people want, And, a lot of people, some of my biggest detractors, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, who knows? I mean, it's all just right now. Like I said, I stepped out of the bubble. I stepped out of the fucking Thunderdome. I really did. I stepped out of the Thunderdome, and basically, I'm in the parking lot of the Thunderdome, listening to it on the radio, listening to the game being played on the radio, and just kind of like, and then doing my own thing, And I think a lot of people have appreciated that too. And when it comes to the Snyder Cut stuff, because it's like, okay, you guys have been there. I mean, you guys have known me. Ever since BVS was announced, I was like, all right, I'm 100% covering this movie. Yeah, because I'm a diehard Batman fan, of course. That's why I'm covering the shit out of the new Batman movie, Nothing wrong with that. And, and I defended BVS, defended Man of Steel like crazy, and then, of course, with the whole Justice League stuff and Snyder Cut stuff, it's just, yeah, I've always been there, trying to be there. But, there's just, when some of these people just came up, people that I met in person, that just took it to, like, a weird level. That's where I just said, fuck it. I just didn't want to deal with it anymore. I was tired of pounding like away at the keyboard and going, what do you guys say now? It's just weird, man. I don't know. We all want the same thing. Just want that to come out. But sad fact of the matter is like that's the only end game, I guess, that some of these guys see. And I'm like, there could be more stuff with whatever the fuck Warner Brothers and DC are doing. I don't know what they're doing, some crazy shit. But yeah, it's all just it's all nutties. It's all nutties. All right. Is there anything else I wanted to talk about? Yeah, I don't know. That's pretty much it. You know what? Birds of Prey coming out in less than a month. That's just going to be a weird, interesting fucking thing. I'm more hyped about it than I was. That last trailer was like, just really showed that, this movie's going to be batshit crazy. That's fine. But yeah, it's going to be a good year of movies. I mean, seeing Bad Boys for Life tomorrow. I wish it was just Bad Boys 3. Tomorrow, I'm actually pretty relieved that it's getting a lot of people are giving them a positive response, because I was not hyped about it by the trailers. I was like, it's just them doing their thing, same old them. You know, Martin Lawrence wants to retire. He's tired of it. He's constantly complaining at Will Smith, and Will Smith still being that suave dude that's gonna shoot everybody. But apparently, people are like mentioning a twist and this, that, and this. There's like some twisty stuff, and it's just, of course, those two are just great chemistry, great charisma. So I'm like, okay, I'm a little more hyped now because people are giving it positive reviews. I was afraid it was going to get shit on. And, you know, no Michael Bay this time. It was kind of like, no, I'm not going to have any Bayham in this. Oh, well. I don't know. I can't even imagine him outdoing himself with the last Bad Boys when they literally drove through a city with a Humvee, and everything was blowing up. Not a city, but like a little town in like Mexico or something. I don't know. It's crazy. Anyway, so let's go to the questions. If you want to ask a question, best way to do it is just a hashtag Film Junket Podcast on Twitter. Easiest way to do it. I can find them real easy. Here we go, guys. Let's see. Amon B19. He asked, do you think Ben Affleck would come back and film the next two movies? I recently saw a picture of him, and he looks very good off alcohol. Yeah, he's not as puffy, and would need to bulk up a bit, though I think he would do it if Zach. Yeah, and then he says, love your content. See, that's the gratification I like when you guys say, hey, love your content. You know, I don't need instant. Got to stop with the instant stuff. But the instant drug. That's what social media gave us. Instant information. Too much. Scaring the shit out of people. We're all going to die in a decade. Well, put it this way. He and Kevin Smith had a falling out a while ago. Hadn't talked in about 8 years. Jay and Silent Bob reboot was being shot. Somebody asked during a press junket for Triple Frontier that, hey, Kevin Smith is shooting Jay and Silent Bob. Are you in it? And he goes, I haven't gotten a call. Everybody tells Kevin Smith, call him. And at first Kevin Smith's like, nah, I'm already like well into it. We're good. Okay, I'll text him. He texted him like this big long thing. And sure enough, Ben Affleck responded. And Ben Affleck agreed, just right off the cuff, to just come to Nashville. Apparently they shot it in like Nashville. Fly over there to just shoot for one day. Now, granted, this is not Batman. Like, if he were to come back to do that, he would, like I said, he'd have to, like, you know, bulk up a little bit and stay in good shape, and then wear that fucking heavy-ass bat suit again. So, but I'm just saying, I don't know if... I want to believe that he would, but I mean, who knows? He might be over it. But I want to believe. That he would. Like, if Snyder was like, hey, we're going to finish this thing. I don't know. We'll see. Brad Curran. 2 questions. With Charlie's Angels not doing so hot in November, you think it might be better today to just take the formula of 3 female detectives and apply it to something original? Maybe like 3 female soldiers or bodyguards? Yeah. I don't know about well, I mean, I guess you could do bodyguards. Don't be a misogynist, Dave. I mean, they have to be really badass, like Black Widow, like, huh? Yeah, they could probably do that. That probably would be better. Because, yeah, Charlie's Angels, that was rough. That was really rough. Also, he asks, what do you think that cameo on Crisis could mean for the DCEU? It's okay. You could say who it is. Everybody knows. Well, I've already mentioned it. I'm like, it means a lot. It expanded some shit. Something that Marvel never... Well, I mean, did they ever have one of their Avengers actors show up in the show? I don't know. Did they? Like one of the mains? I don't think so. Josh Myers, he asks, give me an out-of-the-box choice to direct a future Transformers movie that would excite you. I would love to see a low-budget stop-motion Wes Anderson Transformers movie, though I'm well aware that it would never happen. A stop-motion. Okay, out of the box, how about a Tim Burton dark gothic Transformers movie? How about that? In kind of like a similar way, stop motion, the animation like Nightmare Before Christmas. How about that? There you go. That's out of the box. Miguel M. Hey Dave. Hey Miguel. Thoughts on past football weekend? And also, who do you have making the Super Bowl? I'm a 49ers fan, so I'm saying them and the Chiefs. I agree with you on that. The past week of football was crazy. I mean, first off, nobody thought that the Ravens would choke like they did. Holy shit. I guess having Lamar Jackson rest for that long really affected him because he was not himself. I mean, he was little plays here and there, but yeah, they just shit the bed. Who knew that the Titans were going to come out? And then with the KC and Texans game, it was like, what the wait, or is it the no, yeah. It was like, what the fuck's going on here? First quarter, it was like 24-0, and then don't count out the Chiefs. Don't count out Mahomes. All of a sudden, they came back and 51 points or something like that. So I agree with you. It's going to be the Niners and Chiefs. Then again, who knows? I mean, fucking Rodgers could play the game of his life against the Niners. That'd be interesting. Titans and Chiefs, you never know. You never know. It's going to be interesting. Be a good round of football this weekend. But yeah, my money's also on the Niners and Chiefs. BR asked, that Star Wars leaked Trevorrow stuff sounds bogus to me. Any elaboration on its veracity? Well, according to Collider, it is actually true, and I'm going to do a video about it. I haven't done it yet. I've looked into it. I've looked at all the different things, and some of it sounds good, some of it doesn't. But, I don't know. According to them, it's actually legit. I'm going to do a video about it, so I'll look into it more. One step too far. Just go off about the Flash stuff. Good or bad, either way. Well, I already pretty much did. Santiago Diaz. How would you like it if Joe Rogan interviewed the boss man himself? Zach, you know what? I hate it when I'm not going to lie, guys. And, I'm not, if you guys do it, fine. When I see everybody calling him boss, hey, boss said this, boss said that, it's weird to me. I don't know why. I would never do that. I mean, thankfully they don't call him Zaddy. I know they still kind of do, but when people call him boss, I'm like, what the fuck, man? Really? Boss said this, boss said this. I'm like, you really don't want people to call it a cult, but you're kind of making it sound like that. I'm like, just call him Snyder, Zach. Just do that. Boss? Okay, that's Bruce Springsteen, fuckers. Okay, he said, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's been mentioned before, and it'd be awesome if Rogan actually did that. I think that'd be a perfect place. If the NDAs are over with and Snyder can actually tell his story, either the vodka stream that I run every Friday or Joe Rogan's podcast. Majin Gaku Black. Majin, I always say it. I don't know if I say it. On the previous vodka stream, you mentioned you've heard 15 million to finish the Snyder Cut. Are you now forming a 15? Well, no, I heard somewhere that he was asking for 15. Somebody's mentioned that. I saw somewhere, but I don't know if it was actually true. I don't know. Like I said, that number has been back and forth, and of course, my detractors, they just say like I said 40 and that's 100% confirmed and blah blah blah. I never did, never devoted a video to it. I said I heard 30 to 40 million to finish it. It's no big deal. Like I said, I don't really engage in any of that anymore. It's a waste of fucking time. They always try to engage with me, and it's just like, it's not even worth it because I got better things to do with my time. If you think like that last Darkseid image or Yuxas image is finished, it's not finished. If you think that's finished, you're clouded by bias. Yeah, you don't. You gotta look closely, and it's not. And then, of course, then the excuse is, well, he can't show us the finished shots, which I don't understand that logic. Like, why would he not be able to show us finished shots? He's shown us finished shots of other things. I don't know. It's all weird, but like I said, at this point, I don't care. I'm just hoping that negotiations are going well, and he gets what he needs, what he can do to finish his fucking movie. Okay, full on score, all the VFX done, additional shooting done. We know that he wants that for sure. And it'd be, I mean, they could give him like even more, where maybe they give him enough money to change the fucking Steppenwolf design back. I highly doubt it, because that would be like a whole thing. I mean, look what they had to do with Sonic. That cost like, I think they cost like $10 to $15 million just to redo the design for Sonic. And I guess Steppenwolf's not with the whole thing, so it would probably cost a little less than $10 million to redo the design. I mean, they have all the elements. They would probably, but it would still cost millions and millions of dollars to do it. He might just be like, fuck it all, and just keep the regular design, because that would save money. I mean, it's all about, when it comes down to the whole thing, it's all about money. But it would be, but if they said like, here, have as much as, have this much, he might have enough to be like, well, I'm going to change the design back. Is that okay? Fine. That'd be sweet. But I mean, that design, of course, we already know was changed early on. He told us. We've seen it in his screenshots. Yeah. Kyle Galt asks, hey Dave, big fan. Love your content. Thank you. It's great listening to it on my commute, or when I'm with the kid on our day's riverbed. Oh, our day's riverbed? Okay. Yeah, well, I appreciate that, man. I'm listening. Oh, okay. Question. What's your favorite Batman storyline? Hoo-yah, Navy. Well, I can't really... I mean, I'll support you, man, but I'm an Army brat, so sorry. Sorry, I come from an Army man. 33 years, my dad. What's your favorite Batman storyline? Long Halloween. Hush. Year One, of course. Dark Victory. I mean, those one. I would probably say I think A Long Halloween is probably the best. That and Year One. There's just something about those storylines. But I also like the Knight's End storyline. I don't know. Like, I can... and that whole story. Breaking on the back. But then you connect it with when he comes back. Well, you got Nightfall, Knight's End. I remember just really being in love with that story. Where Bruce comes back, he heals up, and he fights the, whatchamacallit, Batman. Ezekiel, whatever. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, right? I like that storyline too. So many. Michael Minette, he asks, what are your thoughts on Zack Snyder confirming that Ray Porter completed his Darkseid scenes of Justice League? I think that's great. And, I'm sure probably didn't take that long. My guess is, because at first I was like, did he just do voiceover and then maybe just did face stuff? But then he mentioned like he did motion capture. I don't know if that means full on body. If it is, cool. That means he was probably on set. He did some movements. I just can't see. It doesn't seem like he's like, if they were going to have, no. And basically from what I heard too, is like maybe he did, when it came to Steppenwolf's head going to his feet, and he's there in the boom tube, and he looks down at it, looks over, maybe has his arms crossed. That was probably all Porter. When it comes to the fighting, similar to how McKinless did all the fighting for Ares, but the face was David Thewlis, whatever. Yeah, it was probably something like that. So maybe Porter for like, a day or two, got a mocap suit, put some dots on his face, did some movements, talked into a microphone, because they always do that too. They have the microphone right there, so he probably did all that, and there, boom, done. But if the fighting stuff that you see, that's a stunt performer, just like the stunt performer for Ares. Gabriel Mall, yes. The last news that came out of Green Lantern was there's a show and a movie with Jeff Johns' script being developed. How would you want the show and the movie to play out? Which characters do you want to be used? I want all of them. It sounds like there's going to be all of them. And then he also asked, do you think Victor name drop suggests Ray will still return to the role? I hope so. I hope Ray keeps the role. It was nice to do that. It was nice that they did that. Hey, it's Garza. Did you see or read the leaked episode 9 script plot details? I've seen some of them, yes. I'm going to do a video about it and then hashtag add Garza. Well, man, you know I do a vodka stream every fucking Friday and you don't show up. Come on. I had you there, buddy. You still haven't got me on your podcast, fucker. JD McRae asks, what are your thoughts on exploring a spin-off movie with Black Canary and Green Arrow? Should they introduce his first movie or should they introduce him in the spin-off movie? Well, I mean, if Birds of Prey does really well and everybody's like, oh, I love Black Canary, they should really go, okay, yeah, let's do a Black Canary, Green Arrow movie, 100%. They should. Get Charlie Hunnam to play that fucker. Claytalian, he asked, do you think the animated Aquaman series coming to HBO Max, that's a possibility likely that Ben Affleck could return and do an animated version of his Batman script? That would be fucking sweet. Yeah. So that's why I said when I did the video, I'm like, holy shit, could we have like an extended DCEU movie world where we can have more of what we lost? You know, where Ben Affleck, I mean, he might not. That's why I said, like, even Snyder finishing off his Superman story arc could be an animation. I don't know. We've brought up that idea before. So it's just like, it's crazy. Like, everything is up in the air right now, but like they're making moves. All while the Snyder Cut stuff has made it to mainstream. So it's just, yeah, just be patient. Yuxis, Lord of Apocalypse, Frank's Fandoms, asks, how do I make sense of everything? I'm at a loss. The last 2 days have been bonkers between Adrian Tumas and Morbius. Yeah, that was pretty, I just hope that wasn't like the last scene of the movie. And the new Duke's Ass Pick and Ezra Miller Flash, CW, even the new scoops like Aquaman. Yeah, no, it's been pretty good. It's been pretty good being a nerd this week. I will say that. I've actually been enjoying the absolute shit out of this week because I've been valuing my time and I've been really like getting shit done. And yeah, it's all been pretty damn great. So yeah, I feel you there, bud. Matt McGo. Enjoying Witcher on Netflix. Yes, I'm 5 episodes in. Probably try to finish this weekend. Yeah, it's definitely picked up. It's gotten interesting. Cavill's a beast. And enjoying it. Ryan Rivera asked, do you think Batman and Catwoman will have a sex scene in Reeves' film? Very curious. Well, I mean, depending on how much he wants to push it, it would be pretty sweet. Why not? It's been in the books. I mean, it doesn't have to be like, we don't have to see like bouncing asses, even though I wouldn't mind, right? I think I saw enough of Pattinson's ass in The Lighthouse when he was doing the mermaid. That's right, he was doing a mermaid. If I always love those like in the movies. It's like, why not? Just throw that in there, Hey, when a girl's just walking off naked and you just see her doing her little naked butt walk. I love that. I don't know about you, but I love that. A butt in motion, a naked butt in motion. It's fun. Show that. And when we saw Affleck's ass in Batman vs Superman. We saw Cavill, kind of stripped down, shirtless. And then, I'm like, come on, let's Godot. What Godot? What, we gonna see anything? No, nothing. Darn, too bad. All right, guys, looks like that is it. Thanks for the questions. Thanks for clicking in, listening. Follow me and all the stuff down below, all the sock meds, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Hit me up. Patreon if you want to help out. Shirts are available down below too. And make sure you subscribe. All right, guys. I'll talk to you later.